Hi everyone, it's Ronnie. This video I'm going to talk about a video that I've been included in, I think, and a few people have reached out to me about this and they've said I was included in a video about vegan deterioration. This guy, Gatus Sveria, I think he's a Swedish guy, and he does videos about vegan deterioration and he has examples of lots of different vegans and raw vegans because his viewpoint and mindset and everything is about the idea that a vegan diet is leads to deficiency and that people end up um, you know getting really skinny basically and not looking all that good and looking older and all that kind of stuff. And he supports a raw meat diet and eats a raw meat diet and has quite a lot of followers online. It's not something I'm particularly bothered about and about being included in one of those videos. And there was a bit of an error in the video as well. So basically, I think the video was about vegans looking older, and I'm at the end of the video, which kind of goes to show like I'm kind of a nobody in this whole vegan or raw vegan world or whatever. So I think I'm included for a few seconds, and it says it's just an image of me, or maybe it's me in a video, and then it says 27 years old. And I wasn't 27 years old in the video, I was probably 34. I'm not going to say that I don't look maybe old or whatever. I do have grey hair. When I let that grow out, I definitely look older. When I shave my head a little bit and shave my beard a little bit, I probably look a bit younger. So definitely, probably do look a bit older. So I'm not too worried about that, or I don't think that's anything really to do with a vegan diet. And I was getting grey hairs when I was in my early 20s and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not that bothered when I was eating a standard diet. Sveric, Mark Tassi always calls him Sveria. He came to Glasgow last year at some point, I can't remember exactly. And I got in touch with him when he was here because he was wanting to meet up with people or maybe give a talk or kind of meet others. And I sent him a message saying, well, listen, I would like to meet or find out more about what you're about and everything. And he said, I need to speak to you on Skype first. So got his Skype username, probably still got him on Skype, don't really use Skype much, but probably still got him there. And we had a few back and forths. Maybe I should bring up the Skype and see if I can see what the back and forth was, because I think when I got on Skype I probably revealed like that I was a raw vegan or a vegan or something, and that I was just wanting to. I was literally like, if he had a talk in a group, I was gonna be happy to just go along and sort of, you know, hear what he had to say. Really, I wasn't even looking to ask any questions or whatever. I was just. Right, I've got it here. So this was the conversation. Hello, he sent me a little hello. I said, hello, are you there? I think I maybe tried to call him. Hey, sorry, I didn't get you the right time. Let me be honest. So he didn't answer the call. And then I said, let me be honest, I've been eating a fruitarian style diet for a while and don't do the carnivore thing, but would be happy to hear what you have to say, and I have no desire to cause trouble or try to create an argument. If you're giving a talk, I'm happy to listen in silence. I've watched some of your YouTube and have a small YouTube channel myself. And then I sent him my phone number, and then I just sent a reply, I guess I was not welcome. Then I sent him something about, I said, you talk about anti-nutrients in plants. Do you understand that the animals you eat consume huge amounts of those anti-nutrients that store in their flesh, which you then consume at a higher volume than a vegan? Do you understand these really simple things? I guess that was a bit rude, but he sent me the waving face, didn't reply, and then And then I guess when I said I was actually a fruitarian or whatever, he didn't want to meet. So I never got to meet him or talk to him or hear what he had to say. I've seen some of his videos. His information is some of the worst information. The whole carnivore thing is a really curious, strange thing. Now, first of all, I want to say that when it comes to diet, I believe that the boundaries of what human beings can eat and survive is much wider than we realize. And, you can last without oxygen for longer than you realize. You can last without food for longer than you realize. You can last without water for longer than you realize. You can go on all sorts of diets for very long periods of time. The standard diet is a diet that leads to disease, which people are on for a very long time. And very quickly, in childhood and in teenage years, people are starting to develop disease quite strongly throughout the body. Doesn't stop people from doing it, doesn't stop people from lasting 60, 70, 80 years sometimes doing it. With their health going downhill for sure, but surviving, because the body is strong and it can compensate and it can do things and it's amazing. That's why I want to respect the body. It's so amazing. It does amazing things for us. But the carnivore diet really has, to really believe in that, you have to assume that all of the sort of information about nutrition and everything is all been a hoax and a conspiracy, and none of it is right and all that kind of stuff. And that just doesn't make sense to me. There's just no one is seriously advocating a high meat diet as being healthier, as being the healthiest diet. So there's just not a lot of information there to suggest that. Now, you could also say there's not a lot of studies being done on it. So that's fair to say. That's fair to say, but there's not even the suggestion that it might be healthy. The connection that we see with meat and disease, and with meat and cancer, goes a long way to suggest that it's not a good idea. We can look at it another way, which is human beings, like the human anatomy, our instincts. We're not meat eaters, we're not animal eaters. We are meat eaters in theory, in practice people eat meat, of course. Not in theory, people in practice eat meat, but they're not animal eaters. It's a big difference. It's a very strange difference to understand, and that meat has really been, the popularity of meat, the importance of meat, all of that's been built up over the last 100 years or so, 150 years, with a lot of marketing and all sorts of stuff. Meat tends to be a food that is very processed when it is consumed. It's a food that has a lot of flavour added to it, has colour added to it. I was walking through a market today and I saw these chicken things on sticks, burned to hell, because nothing really exciting about eating raw meat. Burned to hell, covered in orange, something that was orange, and clearly with a lot of flavour added to it. Not that I tasted it, but clearly that's how people eat it, with a lot of salt, sugar and all this stuff added to it. That's how people consume meat. And I'm not going to say that that's not tasty. I ate that when I was growing up. I ate stuff. It was tasty. It just so happens that almost anything, when it has fat in it and you add salt, has a pretty attractive flavour. And then you add spices and sugar. Of course, it's like it appeals to our taste buds. Meat on its own has no appeal to the taste buds. And that's why no one eats meat like that, apart from some people that are trying to prove a point with a raw carnivore diet. Now, this guy and a bunch of other people have led to, I don't know, or maybe not them, but the whole idea of it. I know 4 or 5 people that have experimented with raw meat eating, who used to be vegan or fruitarian and whatever. And I feel like sad about it in a way and weird about it, and I'm like, what happened to them? Like, that's honestly what I think. And not a single one of them had a deficiency or any kind of disease or any problem. Not a single one. Nothing like that. Most of them are going in between raw and cooked food. It's not a good place to be. You got to either pick raw or pick cooked, but don't try and be something in the middle. It's not a good place to be, because in order to eat enough fruit, you have to really expand the volume of the food you eat. And then if you then try to eat that amount of cooked food, it's not great. And then if you have the combination of both, you can get bloating and all that stuff, and then people freak out because their belly goes out a couple of centimeters and they're like, oh my god, I'm fat and all that, So everyone needs to chill out about that. But people, who have caused damage to their digestive system and stuff, it can be hard for them to have a lot of fibre if they choose to eat a massive amount of cooked food and all that stuff. So a lot of people have experienced discomfort on a vegan or raw vegan diet. And listen, if you've been living your life damaging your body with a bad diet for 25, 30, 40 years, a raw vegan diet doesn't heal it all overnight. And it also, you don't just adapt to a raw vegan diet overnight. Which is unfortunate. It would be great if it was overnight, but it's not always overnight. It could be 2 years. I really super believed in this. I believed in the raw vegan diet. I could not see any other way. I could not see any other, how could it not be the best? And I just kept going. And I did experience fatigue, and I experienced weird, the melon belly thing and a lot of the time, and digestive things, and detox symptoms. I experienced all that, but I didn't give up on it because I just couldn't see where else to go. I didn't enjoy going back to cooked food. And so some of my friends have been in this position where they don't enjoy going back to the cooked food completely, and then they think, well, maybe it's raw meat, and it's like, I don't know. And as soon as you start incorporating other things in your diet, it changes your mind, changes your mentality. Maybe it changes your gut microbiome. I don't think that's as important a thing as people make out, but fair enough. And people get back to that side of life, and it's not good. It's not good for anyone eating a meat diet, and it immediately starts causing the same damage that it did in the first place to people. So anyway, I'm continuing on eating fruit, eating mangoes, and I think that's a much better choice. But I can understand if people have problems with cooked food. I get that, and have problems with the cooked vegan diet. I really do get that. I do sympathise with people that struggle with that and struggle with the in-between of going raw and all that. It's a difficult place to be. Anyway, not too bothered about this situation with the video. Thank you for letting me know or commenting. Not too bothered about it. Would like to have met the guy, didn't get a chance, he didn't want to speak to me, so that's all fine. And maybe I will make a video of the deterioration of meat eaters. Oh, well, I just have billions of people that I could actually put in that video. Go to the place in the world, go to the places with the sickest people. Care homes or I don't know, mental hospitals or, intensive care units of hospital, whatever. Let's go to the places with the sickest people. Let's go to all the heart disease places, the diabetes, the cancer, real deterioration. Meat eaters, most of them, vast majority, loads of meat, plenty of meat in their diet. And then how about we go to the obesity? Let's go to the obesity place, or whatever, a place where we get loads of obese people together. What's their diet? They're eating meat. It's the diet of disease. It's the food of disease. It's the food of obesity. It's the food of just destroying people's health. Just destroying people's health. I might look a bit old, but I don't have heart disease I'm 35, 36 now. I don't have heart disease. A guy like Svenich does. He's got damage to his kidneys already. Guarantee it. Probably damage to his kidneys from that diet for sure. And it's unfortunate, no one should do that to themselves. No one should live for a couple of years trying to live on meat, damaging your kidneys. Why? What point do you prove? Most likely damage to the arteries in a big way. Damage to the arteries can be reversed, but still. So it's these symptoms will not show up for a while. Thankfully, most of the people that try going down a meat diet path never really stick to it. The human body craves carbohydrates far too much. Even Sverich, in his videos, there's a video of him going to California. He's eating durian and orange juice. What? What is that? that's part of the carnivore diet. It's like eating big loads of durian, orange juice. So I'm not really interested in having a big fight with this guy at all, and I think he's a guy that's a bit mentally unstable. Unfortunately, I think he's gone down a really bad path with his diet, and all of these people are gonna have to change at some point. If you think all these people, Sean Baker, carnivore guy. These people are going to get horrendously sick. They're going to have to change. And I'm really serious about this. Every single person that went from a vegan to a meat diet, they're going to come back with a vengeance. Just give it time. Just give it a little bit of time, because they're going to remember the actual difference. Not, oh my God, I've got a little bloating on vegan diet. I better eat something else. They're going to remember what it feels like to actually feel sick, to actually feel what it's really like to be sick. So anyway, thank you for watching the video. I don't really mind if I look old. I'm okay with that. And I've never been that great at YouTube drama and all that stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you in another video.